Hey everyone, I'm Almar of almarsguides.com, and this is going to be the first video that I'm making for how to manipulate the auction house in World of Warcraft. So, as you can see, I'm on my main character right now, standing in Undercity, and we're going to start this video by talking about the most important thing you can possibly do to make money off the auction house, which is get an add-on that is similar to Auctioneer or Trade Skill Master or whatever, any add-on that you can use to scan the auction house, remember prices on the auction house, and that'll help you undercut people, know what the actual sell price is of an item, to know if you see something up that's insanely cheap, if it's actually insanely cheap, or if the market just like bottomed out forever ago without you noticing on that item, and things like that. Now, as you can see, I don't have much gold on me right now because I went through the auction house and I purchased a bunch of goodies like that one, and like that one, and like that one. And also all of my other characters are basically geared in Devout, Magisters, or Dreadmist gear, which, as you can see, I'm 5-boxing right now. I also have these that I got for reselling purposes, or rather selling purposes. Hopefully they sell for as much as Auctioneer says. And to give you a rundown of Auctioneer real fast, for those of you that aren't familiar with it, see how it says market price right here at towards the bottom, 24-hour deposit, blah, blah, blah. And then it says simple auction, 423 gold, 77 silver. And then the buyout, 529 gold, 71 silver. And it also tells you that it's seen it 5 times when scanning the auction house. That's basically what Auctioneer does, and it does this for every item. Like, as you can see, major healing potions, it's seen 124 of them, and the average price, or the price that I want to list it at, is 6 gold. And like, you can then search the auction house and say, oh look, people they actually went up in price a little bit here. 8 gold for 5 of them instead of the 6 gold that I had previously. And as you can see, the tooltip updated. Now it says 7 gold is the would be the average listing price for that item. Auctioneer is good like this. You want to scan your auction house every single day for the most up-to-date prices available to you. Now, let's get on with some of the tips that I have for this video. The first thing you want to remember is for the next 2 months of Classic WoW, everything is going to be cheaper than you'll ever find it again in Classic WoW until a new server comes out or something like that. Like copper bars, for example. Let's take a look. Oh, somebody just listed a bunch of these. Let's take a look at these copper bars. As you can see, 19 silver for a stack of 20. That's pretty darn cheap. I'm actually going to buy a few right now because I want to level up more engineering on more characters and stuff like that. There's some trade skill items that you can buy for almost vendor price. Earthroot is usually one of them. I've literally been vendoring my Earthroot because I can't even sell it for anything worth selling on the auction house. Linen cloth, as you can see, this is another one that's extremely cheap. Only 6 silver for a full stack of it. Wool cloth would be another one that's generally pretty cheap. Well, I'll actually bid on this since it's oopsies. I'll bid on this one since it's pretty low. Wool cloth, 50 silver a piece. So, as you can see, prices are only going to go up from here on out. I mean, no matter how you look at it, the more people get higher level, the more gold that gets into the market, the higher the prices are going to get. They're going to go up here no matter what. So if you buy items now, even for the purposes of reselling, for the purposes of using them, it doesn't matter. It's best to buy what you need now. Level your trade skills now. If you plan to do trade skills later, like if you know you want an alchemist later on an alt, stock up on herbs because you're not going to get them cheaper than they are now. And it's going to be true for basically all herbs. Every single one of them. There's more people farming them right now than there ever will be again, and there's not enough gold in the marketplace for high prices, you could say. Now, the next tip that I'm going to give you is for, on the basis of the other tip too, twink gear. And I'll get more into twink gear later, but you also want to keep browsing the auction house for level 19 twink gear and level 29 twink gear. I don't think too many people twink level 39s, but the 19 brackets, the level 19 bracket and the level 29 brackets are going to be prime for twink gear. Assassin's Blade, things like that, keep an eye out for those cheap prices, and you'll want to sell those, obviously, once Phase 2 comes out, which is the end of 2019, according to a press release that came out today. Now, the next thing is purchase flasks and potions prior to raid day. So, I can't remember what the shadow one is called. I know Shadow's Potion or something like that. Shadow Elixir, probably. Shadow Elixir or Shadow Potion are going to be for, there you go, Elixir of Shadow Power. That's a good one that Warlocks use on raids, just to give you an example. And prices are going to go up on raid day or the day prior to raid day, because most people just procrastinate and put off buying flasks, potions, stuff like that until raid day is about to happen, and then they'll, buy everything that they need, or until raid day is right around the corner. Next day, the day after, usually Tuesday and Wednesdays. I see most guilds raid on, but that's going to be a server-to-server basis. You're going to have to check your server, and you're also going to have to check to see if the guilds on your server provide people with potions and flasks, or how that works. So keep that in mind. Also, as you can see, this ring right here that I'm mousing over, the Sardonyx Knuckle of Fire Protection or Fire Resistance. Keep an eye out for any rings you find with Fire Resistance, Frost Resistance, or Nature Resistance on them, because these are going to be used for high-end dungeons at level 60, or the high-end raids rather, and you're going to be able to sell them for a decent chunk of change if you find them. Like, as you can see, this will sell for almost 20 gold, which I guarantee it'll sell too, because Fire Resistance, especially right now, is in extremely high demand. So, anytime you're browsing the auction house, you want to make a quick buck, just type in of Fire Resistance, like you see right here, and then hit search, and everything with of Fire Resistance will pop up just like it did right here. Lower level items like this ring right here probably aren't worth buying, but maybe it'll sell. That guy's selling his ring for like double the price of the one that I just listed. But there's an idea for you of Nature Resistance. Let's check. You won't be able to resell until AQ comes out though, so that'll be like 8 months down the road if you're even looking to make money that long into the future. Now, here's a tip for returning players that you might not know about if you've been away from World of Warcraft for many, many expansions. Players are now able to create characters on both Alliance and Horde on the same server. So you can buy items from the Alliance auction house, transfer them through the neutral auction house by using a friend, and then sell them on the Horde auction house. I don't recommend doing this for low budget items like Runecloth or any of the basic trade skill items, but I do recommend it for high-end tailoring patterns or patterns of any kind or things of that nature. On my server, for example, there's the Horde to Alliance ratio is 3-to-1, so there's 3 times more Alliance than there are Horde. Therefore, the Alliance auction house is going to have not only more items, but cheaper items. I had a friend that bought I can't remember the exact name of the robe, but it's the one that drops in Skullomance off the end boss for Warlocks. He bought that pattern for like 70 gold off the Alliance auction house, and it was able to be resold on the Horde one for 180 gold, I think it was. Just to give you an idea of, what you might be looking at in terms of differences in gold costs between the two factions. Don't forget that the middle or the neutral auction house is going to be it takes like 20 to 25% larger of a cut, or the cut rather is 20 to 25% instead of 10%. So keep that in mind when transferring items across factions. You're going to be paying quite a bit in the neutral auction house's fees, assuming you list it in there for a lot. Now on to the next tip. Let's see. Mithril casing and frost oil, 2 items that you can make quite a bit of and sell on the auction house. So here's the listings of mithril casing. As you can see, about gold and a half. Frost oil. The mithril casing is used in an Ungro crater quest, which you find in the cave east of Marshall's Refuge, and frost oil is used in a Badlands quest, which is east of Kargath. people are going to buy both of these items for quite a while as they're leveling up, because those quests are, well, a lot of people are going to be going through that area. Therefore, the quests will be in higher than usual demand. Now, this is the biggest tip of the entire video, which is small eggs. With the Feast of the Winter Veil coming up, small eggs are going to be they're going to shoot up in price an insanely high amount. They do it every year. They've always done it every single year, and there's no reason to think that it's going to be any different this year. So, Feast of the Winter Veil, one of the main quests for that requires you to collect 5 small eggs. For Horde players specifically, there is no real good spot to farm these, so you'll have to go to Alliance zones. Duskwood and Elwine Forest are the 2 best places for you to farm the small eggs. There's actually more information on my website about this. If you'd like to go to my website through the link in the description, by all means, have at it. Otherwise, I'll probably be doing videos closer to Christmas that detail where to farm them and more information about this farm. I highly recommend you tune in or subscribe to me, and keep an eye out for those videos if you'd like to learn more about those farms. In the meantime, just buy them off the auction house when you see them. If they are a cheap price, like this right here, I would probably, actually I am going to buy that. And I'll bid on this one, even though I'm probably going to get outbid. Save them for the Feast of the Winter Veil, and you'll make a crap ton of gold when it comes out. That much I can guarantee, and this is something I personally am going to be doing myself. Now, the next thing I would like to go over here is basically a for dummies guide of how to make money using the auction house. For people that aren't really good at this and watch these videos and then never put the tips into practice, what I want you to do is look at this list that's on the screen right now. Go through the engineering materials or any materials here. Remember at least 2 of them, okay? Now, let's say you pick rune cloth and wool cloth. Now, what you're going to want to do is go to the auction house and search for rune cloth and try to remember the price. Do this twice during the week and twice on the weekends. Check it Saturday and Sunday at prime time for the to see what the prices are, and then twice during the week to see what the prices are. And what you're going to want to do is memorize that. And then anytime you see rune cloth being sold at a lower price than what you know it's sold at on the auction house, you buy it out and then you sell it for the price that you know it sells at. And you can do this with as many items as you can actually remember. It doesn't matter how many items you do it for, 1, 2, 3, 4, however many you can handle. But that's basically how it's done, manipulating the auction house to make money. And that's basically all I can think of for this video. As you can see, you can go over the script, pause the video, read it off there yourself if you would like. I talked about basically everything already, and I'm going to be doing more videos in the future for auction house tips and stuff like that. So if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, please like, comment, and subscribe to me for future World of Warcraft auction house manipulation videos. Anyway, that's all for now. I'll see you guys in the next one.